When you see men fall, don't laugh. Learn. Learn. Because you're on your way up. And the things that tempt people to fall, you and I are not free from that temptation, nor from the weakness that will cause us to stumble and fall. When you laugh at somebody else's fall, white or black, rich or poor, your enemy or your friend, you are laughing and opening a way for your own demise when you do that. Because to laugh and not learn, to make mockery and not to understand, is to make the same mistake yourself. Did you hear me?
Yes, sir. We heard you. And welcome, guys. Welcome to the Nosy Ninja News, where we learn how not to be a fool from some well-paid fools. We study celebrities to learn how the sheeps move. All right, guys. So today we got actor Kevin Spacey. The pot calling the kettle now. Actor Kevin Spacey exposes Diddy for financing Secret Island. Oh, that's that Epstein Secret Island for the elites. We know that y'all all got something to do with it, guys. We also going to touch on the Chris Brown, Rihanna, and Jagger, right? She always got some interesting topics about Jay-Z. She always got something. So we're going to touch on all of those. So y'all stick around.
I started seeing reports online, things on my Twitter account that I had flown to this guy, Jeffrey Epstein's island, and I had abused young girls. And I was like, I mean, if you'd asked me in 2015, maybe even if you'd asked me in 2002, did I know a guy named Jeffrey Epstein? I probably would have said no. Well, of course, I have since learned who he is. And I have since been able to go back and find out that the airplane that we flew on for this humanitarian mission was owned by Jeffrey Epstein. And to then learn, oh, he was actually on some of those flights. And this Maxwell woman was on some of those flights. I didn't know him. I've never spent any time with him. I was with the Clinton Foundation people. That's who I was with.
Now, Kev, I think you're a liar. I think you're lying, bro. I know you're lying, Kev. Come on now, Kev. You look weird. Now that we look at it, you look a little weird, yo. You look a lot weird.
Now, what I understand is that he didn't start to be investigated until 2005 by authorities in Florida. So here's what I can tell you. This Maxwell woman, she was one of many people who sat down next to me in that throne room. I have no relationship with her. I had no relationship with him. I mean, he's not my friend. I'm not a confidant. I've never spent time with him. And interestingly, I will say this. I was very fortunate that President Clinton introduced me a lot of business leaders in London because he knew I was coming to the Old Vic.
Yeah, Clinton was on that plane.
And
too.
I developed relationships
Michael
with
Jackson,
Robert Earl, Pula Ladovovich,
Chris Tucker,
Robert Earl, a lot of wonderful people, Sir Richard Caring, people who supported the work that we did at the Old Vic and gave money to us. Do you know who I never asked for anything? Was Jeffrey Epstein. I didn't want to be around this guy because I felt he put the president at risk on that trip to South Africa because there were these young girls. And we were like, who is this guy? So I will say this.
There were young girls on those flights.
There were young girls on those flights, yeah.
Paul Carter is just as bad as the diddler. And I know that for a fact. I've got the scars to prove it. Want to know what a box cutter feels like going into your skin and ripping you? I can tell you how it feels. Y'all ain't seen shit yet. That Cassie, that's nothing.
So are you trying to say like Jay-Z put hands on you?
I'm saying Sean Carter remembers everything he did to me and he's got it too. Just like Diddy.
That Jay-Z.
And I think it's time for him to start speaking up about his very good friend.
That chick is possessed, yo. She is determined to bring Jay-Z down. I don't know what the hell Jay did to her, but man, he better watch himself.
Just 9 months ago, you were singing his praises. All that he's done for the culture. And how you gotta be crazy like Diddy to make it. And you didn't want to sit next to him at the Grammys. Told everybody that he had cooties. And canceled the Rock Nation brunch, which is your favorite event. Because that's how you line up who you're going to move around next year. Like y'all did with Clarence Avon. I'm going to get you. And I told you I would. And I'm going to keep my word. And you're going to pay me in full. I got your boy Diddy by the nuts. How long you think before I'll have yours right here in mine?
Now, a really great point that you brought up top, Jay, was
Now, before we get off of her, guys, you do know she recently, I think about 3 days ago, she got locked up, and she blamed it on Tasha K, guys. She got locked up, yo. So I don't know, man. This lady better be safe, though. She out here making some real strong accusations. And she been right more often than she been wrong. Now, everything she's saying can't be a lie. She been dead on the stuff that she been right about.
what is going on in Diddy's world, right? We've all heard stories of Hollywood enablers and enablers in circles around powerful people. But something that I want to point out, Diddy is one of the most powerful people in music history. He is a mogul. We have not seen any support in Hollywood. All of his famous friends, since these allegations came forward, we have not seen anyone come to his defense. And that silence is very loud, Jay.
He was talking about how they were doing business over there at Rockefeller and some of the things that I had a couple of run-ins with Jay myself. And I don't like the character of the brother. You know, I catch a lot of flack from my man Lamont out there in Newark about Jay-Z. And
Bro, it sounded like you was reading something right there. I ain't the smartest man in the world, but it sounded like you was reading the script, bro.
because he's a Jay-Z fan, and you know he's a boss himself, but you know that love him some Jay-Z. Whoa, and I told that bro, Jay is the type of he wouldn't piss on you if you was on fire. He not a good dude, man, and you know how you be around. You know, I guess to the nigga he fuck with he like that, but on meeting somebody, on doing certain business with people, the arrogant shit that he go through, it ain't no real brother, real type of shit.
Aaliyah was a little young. That's why I always laugh at we all know what R. Kelly did to Aaliyah and how he had her at a young age. But the person that get mixed, a person that gets neglected, and you know, I know in the 90s was different. A lot of older guys messed with those girls that were under 17 years of age.
And that's because those girls didn't have fathers. The mothers removed the fathers from the cribs. So those girls went looking for dollars and father figures because the older guys had money. So that's how that went.
You know, now we're a little more educated because of the talk shows with Oprah that we went through and Dr. Phil and stuff like that. Even Ricky Lake and all of that. We realized that it wasn't so cool messing with the underage young ladies. But I'm going to expose somebody that we all forget about. Y'all see this picture of Jay-Z with Aaliyah when she was underage? I forgot about Jay, huh? We only know about Damon Dash messing with Aaliyah and R. Kelly. But that ain't the only one that Jay had when she was underage. Yeah, remember Fox Brown and Jay. Ain't no woman like the one I got. No one could love you better.
Where do you live now?
Well, it's funny you asked that question because this week, where I have been living in Baltimore is being foreclosed on. My house is being sold at auction.
Really?
So I have to go back to Baltimore and put all my things in storage.
Really?
So the answer to that question is I'm not quite sure where I'm going to live now, but I've been in Baltimore for since we started shooting House of Cards there.
So how long is that?
I moved there in 2012.
So this has been your home for 12 years?
Well, not this particular place, but this place has been my home and Evan and Lucy's home since 2016.
Now, I tell y'all all of the time, these celebrities be broke. Y'all be following behind these celebrities, and these celebrities be one movie role, one actor, one script away from poverty. Now, this man is in Baltimore, of all cities. Baltimore, guys. Can't make it up.
Why is it being foreclosed?
Because I can't pay the bills that I owe.
Are you facing bankruptcy?
Been a couple of times when I thought I was going to file, but we've managed to sort of dodge it, at least as of today.
How much money do you have?
None.
Really?
Well, I mean, you have some sense of legal bills.
Yeah.
I still owe a lot of legal bills that
You're
I have not been able to pay.
You're actually in debt?
Yes.
Do you mind me asking how much you owe?
It's considerable.
Millions?
Many millions, yes. The house itself is many millions.
What are you going to do?
Get back on the horse. Get back on the horse.
2024 has seemingly been the year where all celebrities get exposed and have been pushed into addressing their fans over their shady actions in the past. This time we have Kevin Spacey, who has been facing some pretty serious charges since 2017, go on an interview to talk about most of the things he's been accused of doing. Speaking with Piers Morgan, the 64-year-old admitted to pushing the boundaries in reference to allegations of inappropriate behavior that brought his career to a halt in 2017. Last year, the actor was found not guilty of all charges of SA against 4 men between 2001 and 2013 after a trial in London, and in 2022, a U.S. court dismissed another SA lawsuit against him. Spacey is currently involved in a civil trial over an allegation, which he denies, that he SA'd a man in 2008. Mr. Spacey said his home in Baltimore, where he has lived since 2016, is being foreclosed and sold at auction because he cannot afford to pay the many millions he owes in legal bills. The interview, posted on the Piers Morgan YouTube channel, featured a direct discussion of how Mr. Spacey views his past behavior. When asked to clarify what he meant by pushing the boundaries, the double Oscar winner said, "Being too handsy. Touching someone's in a way that I didn't know at the time they didn't want." Pressed on the potential for this being criminal conduct, Mr. Spacey said he has been gentle with people and he would not use the word grope to describe his actions. When asked if he could understand that a young actor might worry that someone with his influence could damage their career if they rejected his advances, Mr. Spacey said yes. The actor said that he is ready to take accountability for some of his past actions, which he describes as bad behavior. But he also said that a whole lot of people have made false claims against him. In May, Spacey denied fresh allegations against him, which aired in the Channel 4 documentary Spacey Unmasked. Actors Rory Cannon and Danny DeLillo both alleged inappropriate behavior by Spacey in the documentary. Cannon alleged that Spacey touched him inappropriately in public at a press night for an Old Vic Theater production in 2013. Spacey said the allegation was ridiculous and it never happened. DeLillo alleged the actor thrust his groin towards his face while he was seated at a production at the same theater. Spacey said he found the accusation completely offensive. After the documentary was broadcast, a group of Hollywood stars, including Sharon Stone, Stephen Fry, and Liam Neeson, called for Spacey to be allowed to return to acting. So how does all this connect to other celebrities that are in similar legal troubles? For example, P. Diddy, who has been in the legal spotlight for quite some time, with an ever-increasing amount of lawsuits which allege some pretty crazy stuff.
Well, this leads me to the perfect thing, because I would like you to clear something up. There's a lot of talk going on with Chris Brown being at your place in Miami, and you arranging Chris and Rihanna getting back together. Now, you want to talk about that?
See, I wouldn't use my Twitter to talk about that because that's somebody else's business.
I know, but you gave them your house.
Yeah. But we're talking about Twitter.
Yeah.
How you use Twitter, and that's something else. I'm just saying I wouldn't really Twitter about that.
Okay, let's not Twitter about it. Let's talk about it.
Okay. Sure.
Let's talk about it because I think you clearly have a lot of people going, why would you do that? Why would you give Chris, a guy who hit a girl, and he's jet skiing around in your, I don't understand. Because, I mean, listen, I was a huge fan of Chris's. I love Chris, his music. He's a talented guy. But to hit a girl.
Yeah, because I know both of them, and it's my house. And I'm allowed to give my house to whoever I want to give my house to. That's number one. Number two is that I'm the type of person that I don't cast a stone or cast a judgment on anybody. And so if a friend or friends ask me for a favor, then I'm gonna be there for a favor as long as I know that the energy of the favor is positive for two people to sit down and talk about a situation that they're in. I'm not gonna get involved in it. I'm not gonna pass judgment on it. If I could be there as a friend during hard times, then I'm gonna be there as a friend. But I don't know the exact particulars. I didn't get into it. I'm not gonna do this or do that. It's a dark time for them, and I was there more as a support. That was it.
I am strong.
Now that's crazy how they always try to get you on their little platform and get you to snitch and get you to talk bad about another person when they can go right there and get that other person to come to their platform. Why would you ask P. Diddy about Chris Brown? All right, we get it that he gave the crib to them, but why not ask them? Can't make this up, guys. They make money off the dysfunction.
This happened to me. I didn't cause this. I didn't do it. This happened to me, and it can happen to anybody. There are a lot of women who've experienced what I did, but not in the public. So it made it really difficult. I just felt like, oh my God, here goes my little bit of privacy. Just people exposed. Like, it's something that nobody wants anybody to know. So here I am, the whole world knowing. He had no soul in his eyes, just blank. So at that point, I just didn't know what could happen. He was clearly blacked out. There was no person when I looked at him. It's almost as though he had nothing to lose. He has so much to lose. It wasn't the same person that says, I love you. It was not those, it definitely weren't those eyes.
Is that accurate?
I was wrong for what I did. And I would definitely say that it's not something that I look past or look over. It's something that's really, really touchy. And like I said, I'm really sorry for what went down and what happened.
I don't think that it's right for anybody to hit anybody at the end of the day, and I don't think it's right. I think that we all have to be honest with ourselves as adults, and people have been in relationships. We know sometimes those relationships get ugly, and sometimes it doesn't come out into the forefront the way this one has come out. And it's a lot of stones being thrown, and we don't know exactly what's going on. These are two young individuals. We need to pray for them, and we need to give certain support, but you don't need to start just saying that you know something that you don't know. You wasn't in that car. I wasn't in that car, and it isn't right for him to put his hands on her or her to put his hands on him, and we don't know what the problem is, but we need to pray for them, and we need to do things to support them, and that's all I want to say about it.
No. We know exactly what the problem is, my guy. And the problem is, y'all got to learn how to keep your hands to yourself. Too many people is raised wrong of one-sided energy, and it's a feminine energy. That's the problem though. But guys, the connection here is simple. Spacey, he been in them Diddy parties. So Spacey, he in money trouble. So you know Spacey, he getting called and he gonna talk. He gonna tell. And he got friendly hands. And you know, if he got friendly hands and he been in them parties and he know what go on at them parties, he gonna tell it all. He gonna tell it all. He already snitching on how they funded this man's private plane to that island. So you know, when you get somebody in money trouble, they fitting roll over. All right, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think fitting to happen in the comment section. Y'all wrap up, strap up, drink responsibly. See y'all later.